I don't really know what to say or how to start this because, frankly, I've never done a video in my life. I never allowed anyone to take video of me because I realize it leaves me incredibly vulnerable. And that is a huge sore spot, as I feel like I have to make sure everything's okay before I let the world see me, before I get judged. And after what I just experienced, I don't want to hide anymore. Anyone in my inner circle knows that I've pretty much made getting healthy my mission. I've been overweight since my parents' divorce in 3rd or 4th grade. And I've basically been depressed my whole life. And these past couple months have pretty much been the hardest of my life. In a span of a couple days, what nobody really knows, I was actually engaged. And the next day I got a call that my grandmother, who helped my mom raise me, was put in a hospice and her time was ending. So I had to go back home to Michigan and I stayed by her side till she passed. That was the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in my life. Basically losing the person who helped raise me and made me who I am today, as well as losing my best friend who's supposed to be my support system. Instead of giving up like I had my entire life, I refused to. And today, I was walking like I usually do every day, and I just got to this point where I just wanted to run, and I couldn't stop running, and my mind just went everywhere, and I felt like I just wanted to get this out. I was emotionally and physically abused as a child, all through my teens, and when I was 20, I was raped. I never realized just how big of an impact it had on my life and how much it affects me today when I'm 26. I just pushed everything to the side and acted like it didn't faze me. And when things would start to catch up from my past, I would run. That's all I've done my entire life. And that actually played a part in why my relationship ended. From things I've been through, I suffer from PTSD, and it has affected my life greatly. Relationships, friendships, jobs. It's nearly ruined my life. And I'm not letting it happen anymore. For the longest time, I was suicidal. I nearly ended my life. And I just never had a reason to want to live. Until now. What I've been through, it was rough. It would end pretty much any person. And I realized just how much strength it took me to get through all that. It's remarkable what I've been through. But I don't want credit for that because the people along the way, it wasn't just me that helped me get through it. My family, my friends, my support system, my therapist I've been seeing since my grandma passed and my relationship ended because I didn't want my past to affect me anymore. And I know there's thousands, millions of people struggling with depression, their past, that were abused, raped, and the nightmares, the triggers, it gets rough. And you just feel like there's no end in sight, and you get to a point where you'd rather just end your life than deal with it anymore. I was nearly at that point. My whole life, it's been about sports, it's been about animals, but I never got to where I'm at now in life, where I want to take everything I've been through and I want to help people. I want to take all the negative, the evil, the bad from what I've been through and turn it into positivity and help people. People that have been through what I've been through. I've experienced everything. I've dated nothing but guys my entire life. In the last year and a half, I was with a female and we were engaged. My whole life I thought was set. Granted, when I came out about us, I got a lot of judgment. I lost people, but I didn't care. Because the people that truly love me will stand by me, whether I'm with a guy or a female, whether I have a past or I don't have a past, no matter what I go through, it's not going to change who I am. If they want me happy, that's all that matters to me. And if they don't, then they don't really care about me. And I don't need that in my life. I just want, no matter who sees this, whether nobody sees this, if it can change and help one person, then that's the greatest feeling in the world. And if you're having a hard time and feel like you want to give up, find something that makes you happy. I never knew doing cardio and just taking off for walks, that's become my peace. Whenever I feel like the world's going to cave in and I can't take anymore, no matter how I feel mentally, physically, I get up and I go outside, and music has basically been my therapy. Granted, I listen to the same songs all the time, basically the same people, because I related to it. I had the childhood that's affecting me now, and I don't want it to, so I've done nothing but listen to Kelly Clarkson. And when Kesha came out about being sexually abused and raped, it clicked something in me that it's okay, I don't have to be afraid anymore. I can speak out about what happened. And then I listened to a lot of Demi Lovato, because she went through all the mental stuff, and she showed me it's not a disease, it's not something I should be ashamed of, it's who I am. It's basically a reminder of the scars of what I've been through. Yeah, I have to deal with the stuff every day, but it's me. So if you have a hard time, find what makes you happy. Focus on that. My animals, my dogs especially, people might think it's crazy how obsessed I am with them, or how I do nothing but talk about them, but they don't realize how much they've been through. My one dog, especially, I have nightmares and triggers. She always knows immediately and comes to my side and helps me through them. So, again, I don't know what the point of this is. I don't know why I'm doing it. Well, I guess I do know why I'm doing it. I'm doing it to show people it's okay. Just don't be afraid of what happened to you. Don't let the people that did this stuff to you have control over your life anymore. Because I did, and it's brought nothing but more pain to my life. But since I've actually forgave them, and people I've been nothing but angry towards my entire life and swore I would never forgive, I have. And I feel like the weight of the world is off my shoulders. And now I was the first person in my family to graduate college. I was told my entire life that I would never amount to anything. I was good at softball, and I was told, if you don't get a scholarship from softball, you're never going to go to college because you're not smart enough. Well, in high school, I tore my shoulder and I couldn't play anymore. That devastated me because I thought that was the only thing I was good at. I'm never really going to amount to anything. That was until 3 years ago, I finally went to a community college in Kansas called Butler, and they were the greatest thing that have ever happened to me. I was scared, I didn't feel I was smart enough, but they helped me through it and didn't push me, make me feel dumb. They gave me confidence and showed that I am capable of being something great. I struggled in school greatly. When I moved from Michigan, I think I had a 1.8 GPA, and when I moved to Texas, I graduated 3.6. I graduated college with a 3.8 in honors, and now I'm going on for my bachelor's. And I'm proof that no matter what you've been through, you can end the cycle. You can not become another statistic. You can be somebody. You just have to find the strength and not to let your abusers have that control over you. Don't let them win. They're not worth it. What they did is on them. It's not any reflection on you. And it took me, again, I'm almost 27 now. I'm just now learning to love myself. When I look in the mirror, I don't look away. I actually sit there and smile and think, man, I love who I am. I love everything about me. Granted, there's some things I want to work on, but we all have those. You have to love the good, the bad, everything about yourself. Because if you can't love who you are, your partner, you're never going to love them with everything that you have. Like one of my favorite persons always says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? It's from my favorite show, and I never realized just how true it was until now. You can't love someone else if you don't love yourself first. So I just want to let you know, you are worth something. You are deserving. And there's nothing wrong with you. We're all different in our own way. Sometimes we just need help along the way. But don't be afraid to get help. It's not worth ending your life or giving up or losing your family. If you need help, get it. Don't wait till it's too late.